In less than 100 days, we will be in 2026, which, gods, this year has been incredibly slow and yet so fast all at the same time. I mean, I can't be the only one who feels that way, right? Well, with less than 100 days to get to 2026, it means that my brain keeps circling back to Bridgerton season 4. And whilst I know that every subsequent season seems to make different swath of the fan base lose their trust in the show, I'm still over here with a prayer and a hope, with all my fingers crossed as well as my toes, willing season 4 to be way better than the previous seasons. So here are 10 things in no particular order, except for number 1, of course. Number 1 remains number 1. But here are 10 things I hope change with Bridgerton season 4. And if you have your own list as well, whether it's 1 or 20, or you just want to echo anything I've said or disagree with me, please share your thoughts down in the comments. Starting with number 1, and I'm pretty sure that no one will be surprised by this, but the show needs to spend more time with the main couple. I personally think it is a travesty that season 3 gave Pauline so little screen time together when it's meant to be their season and we were meant to delve deeper into their character story and arc. Whilst Pen learns to come out of her shell and Colin realizes that it would always be Penelope for him. Like, by the gods, it was their season and we spent so many hours not focused on their growth and or showing them slowly navigate the change in their relationship that saw Colin teaching Pen to come out of her shell and realizing with every ball they attend that he is falling hopelessly for her. And before you come and say anything, yes, I know we got bits of that in season 3. My problem is the fact that we got bits when we should be getting a whole damn meal. I want a complete breakfast, not some snacks to hold back the hunger. Here is hoping season 4 has Bridgerton remember who the focus for the season is meant to be. Spend episodes with Sophie. Give us a deeper insight into Benedict. Don't cheat us out of that with some bogus, well, you already know Benedict Bridgerton from the previous seasons. Like, no. I call bullshit on that. Benedict, the brother and lover, is different from Benedict, the main love interest. And season 4 needs to show that, damn it. Number 2. Please, for the love of all that is good and holy, let's have a set limit on the number of side stories and side plots we are getting. Like, come on. By season 3, we were dealing with the Mondrich storyline, Fran and John's romance, Cressida and her family, Violet and her new beau, Lady Danbury and her family drama, although I am not complaining about this. We can never have too much Lady Danbury. Felt it was really important for me to state that outright. But all of this to say that there was way too much happening in season 3 that meant that there wasn't enough time devoted to the main couple as the show's runtime had to juggle way too many eggs in one basket. Which wouldn't do because remember point number 1? Yeah. Bridgerton season 4 needs to devote more time to the main couple, which for the season is Benefee. Just in case Netflix and Shondaland need reminding. Thank you. And speaking of Shondaland, number 3 on the list for me is pretty straightforward. Please give us more romance and less drama. Now, I already mentioned it in an old Bridgerton video about why I believe Bridgerton has a redemption problem, which I lay squarely at the feet of Shondaland, whose bread and butter for their produced shows is the needless, ceaseless drama that keeps us all tuning in week after week. Like, don't get me wrong, I live for the drama. The problem, though, is that Bridgerton is also meant to be a romance, and I need more of that. Give us more than 10 minutes to enjoy our happy ever after, damn it. No more dragging on the drama to the last 10 minutes of runtime, have them make up in the last 5, and then we get a kiss and a shot of an epilogue, the end. Like, I know that that is the format from the books, but you know what leeway we get with TV as a medium? A bit more time. There are 8 episodes of roughly 8 hours in total. We can sneak in an extra 10 minutes to give us that sweet, sweet spot of 20 minutes of happiness at the end, damn it. Especially with characters we're never going to see again. Looking at you, my one and only Duke of Hastings. Number 4 is simple. I think we need better Bridgerton siblings dynamics, because the little we were given is so good and I want more. Yes, spend more time within the Bridgerton household. Show us more of the chaos that these siblings live in their wake, how they stress each other and tire one another and would die for one another. Show us the little clusters present within their family dynamics so that we can enjoy their sibling relationships even more. Like, we already get the Benedict and Eloise moments, the Benedict and Colin moments, the occasional Daphne and Eloise moments, and of course, there's the Daphne and Anthony moments and the Anthony and Gregory moments and the brief glimpses we get of Hyacinth and Gregory. And if you just heard me reel out all the names and ask yourself, who is missing? Fran, y'all. She was sent away with her aunt in the first 2 seasons, and season 3 had her in the marriage mart where she only talked briefly with Eloise to serve her interest with managing the queen, and that was the end of it. And that is it. A lot of the sibling moments, the little clusters of these are a family and they absolutely love each other, even as they want to throttle one another moments that we got, happened in the earlier 2 seasons. We didn't get quite as much in season 3, which frustrates me because this is a story about the Bridgertons. Let's see more of them interacting, damn it. So here is hoping that season 4 goes back to the format of the previous seasons and sprinkles our episodes with different and diverse sibling interactions. Number 5 is just me being a bit nitpicky, but I need the season to have Eloise strengthen and improve on her sneaking about skills, because she keeps getting caught in the previous seasons when she tries it, by Mrs. Wilson in season 1, by Penn in season 2. Season 3, she wasn't really doing much sneaking around, as she was more focused on her friendship with Cressida and how that expanded her social circle to her dismay. And then there's everything with Penn being with Colin. So yeah, Eloise doesn't have that good a track record on sneaking about, and that has to change in season 4, because if we're going with To Sir Philip with Love, you know how extra sneaky Eloise was leading up to that, to the point where her actions blindsided everyone, even Penelope with her Lady Whistledown eyes and ears everywhere. Eloise Bridgerton has what it takes to be a good sneak, and it is important to her story, so I hope that we see her fully show that and explore that in season 4. Leading to her story. Not going to go into details on that because spoilers, but if you've read the books, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Number 6 is simple. Either give Queen Charlotte a win, a feather in her matchmaking hat, or scrap the entire Diamond of the Season matchmaking shtick, as it's gotten a bit stale at this point. Like, Queen Charlotte can still have her Diamond of the Season, mind you, just the show needs to stop with her pairing them up. Damn it. It's a waste of Golda's talent that can be put to better use for what else can be done with her character. I have a video that goes into further detail on that. I will leave it linked in the description bar for you to check out after you're done watching this one, just in case you haven't seen it yet. But yes, Queen Charlotte wasn't a character within the books, although a real life historical figure. Her show characterization is show only, so the sky is the limit to what can be explored with her, starting with season 4. And speaking of books, at number 7 is Hyacinth, and to some extent Gregory, but primarily Hyacinth first, because for those who don't know, Hyacinth's story is in book 7. She's meant to meet her match, fall in love, but do so in the stereotypical Hyacinth fashion, meaning she's smart, she's headstrong, she's bold and opinionated, she's the love of my life, Hyacinth Bridgerton. And the thing is, this happened within the book. So while she existed within the periphery of the rest of her siblings, we had sufficient years pass before we got to a story where we got to know her as an individual. The show is clearly a separate medium in that I've seen Florence hunt as Hyacinth since Florence, was 13 years old, and that image of her is seared in my brain. So I need the show to slowly, keyword here being slowly, start transitioning Hyacinth and Gregory into their adult selves. Like, I know we are going to get more years before Hyacinth's story, keeping my fingers crossed that Bridgerton continues to renew the show, or rather that Netflix continues to renew the show, so we get all 8 seasons. But as I was saying, I know we are going to get more years before Hyacinth's story, but I need them to start easing her into adult territory, i.e. she's slowly finding her voice and her place as a young woman. Florence would be 19 when season 4 drops, and I just need there to be subtle ways the show starts to show that she is growing up, and Gregory is growing up as well. Otherwise, I don't know about you, but just the thought of either her or Gregory getting their romance in the next couple of years fills me with a serious case of, weren't they kids like yesterday? I mean, I can't be the only one who thinks that, right? Right? Number 8, please make better use of Lady Danbury. Like with Golda as Queen Charlotte, Adjoa is formidable as Lady Danbury. And as I said yet in another recent video, she's been typecasted into the strong black woman role. And I just need a bit more flexibility with the stories that they give her, other than her existing to wear remarkable hats, which she always looks incredible in, and trying to matchmake in her own ways. I love that season 3 had the beat with her brother, but I need the show to lean more into that. Give us more Lady Danbury. That is a side story and plot that I can always get behind. Number 9, I think it is time for Bridgerton to lay down the capital rake. Like, please, what we've gotten is more than enough. Let us be done with Benedict as the last of the reformed rakes. I know the reformed rake trope is beloved, but just to bring a bit more variety and spice, I suggest Bridgerton lay it to rest. Of course, I will make a brief allowance for Michaela, especially at the start, because of how that particular story plays out. But yeah, I am team Garrett doesn't need to be a rake, damn it. Let it be a misconception and him purposefully making himself appear that way for reasons. And of course, we know Gregory is the most romantic Bridgerton. I made a video where I highlight why he holds that title and honor. I will leave that linked as well in the description bar. But yeah, all of this to say, let's let go of the damn rake. And finally, number 10, Bridgerton, please, for the love of God, stop taking 2 bloody years in between seasons. Like, come on, help us out here. Like, I'm okay with the main show itself taking 2 years in between the seasons. That is fine. But break that up with a mini series in between, like Queen Charlotte. Hell, if the 6 episode for Queen Charlotte, a Bridgerton story, was too much, we can make do with 4 episodes. Just give us the mini series to tide us over until the new season is out. And there are so many character backstory that can be explored. Younger Violet and Edmund and how they met. Portia and Arthur Featherington. Araminta and her ass of a husband. There was something about how Genevieve is in London and what she's hiding, which was hinted at back in season 1 when Marina subtly threatened her with it. Like, there is so much story potential for mini series in between the regular full-length seasons. Save us, Bridgerton. But yeah, those are 10 things I hope can change with the new upcoming season. I know this is most likely just wishful thinking on my part, but hey, it is fun to create what ifs, especially as we wait for the new season to drop. So yeah, please let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like this video if you've watched this far and haven't done so yet. Share this if you want. Support me on Patreon if you can. If you can't, however, do consider checking out my other channels. One is my gaming channel and the other holds my ASMR content. I have both linked in the description bar if they sound like something you might want to check out. Whichever the case may be, however, I will see you tomorrow with a new video. Until then, do remember, obsessing over the things you love, perfectly valid coping mechanism.